How's it going, Mike? What are you up to? Did you get moved? How's it going, Rich? Yeah, sounds like a big move. Well, at least somebody's eating good out there. Yeah, that's a long haul, brother. 900 miles. Wow. I would just hire somebody to drive the van or whatever. I would not want to do that. Wow. Did you drive it? I'm telling you, driving those trucks is not fun. Those U-Haul trucks, like driving that far in a U-Haul truck is not fun. I know that. Wow, you got guts, man. You got a lot of guts. Yeah, and I think they have like on the trucks they have like restrictors, so you can't drive faster than whatever the limit of the truck is. A lot of people don't know that. I think post trucks, like the post vehicles, are the same way. Yeah, bro. Oh, that's a long haul, man. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm doing all right, Ninja. I mean, my sleep schedule's off, but I got some sleep today. I'm just taking it one step at a time, trying to get my schedule right. That's right, yeah. There's a lot of those trucks I know have restrictors on them, so you can't really do much. Yeah, for sure. I was listening to, I was watching a video, and it was about these guys who do like muscle cars and stuff like that. I mean, that's why I work out. If I work out, I don't sleep as well. Or if I don't work out, I don't sleep as well. But I was watching this video on guys who do muscle cars, and they said that a guy will go and rent a U-Haul, like a van or something like that, and they do motor swaps from the U-Hauls. I was blown away, bro. How's it going, Paulie? So yeah, I thought it was really wild, but U-Hauls, they usually have big motors and they're big trucks, but they put restrictions on them so the trucks will last, or, so the people drive them correctly. Same, man. I'm alive, dude. That's all I can do right now. Got 3 eggs. I do my 3 eggs and some white rice. I'm alive and I'm here. That's about it right now. I mean, I don't even know anything about air fryers, but steak sounds really good right now. I know steak is expensive, bro. Yeah, I cook my eggs too. Like sometimes I whip them up and cook the eggs and then just add it into my rice. But for me, this is just fast and easy to just gut the eggs and eat the rice. Well, the last job I worked at, the golf course, the guys, they had an air fryer there and it seemed to work really well for them. I just don't know. I don't know how they work. I don't know how to use them. Well, I think the truth of the matter is, I've been to other places where I absolutely could not drink the tap water. But here in my town, I've been drinking tap water since I was a kid. They say water out of the garden hose, same thing. I will admit that sometimes I can smell the chlorine in it or I can smell the chemicals in it. But other than that, I don't know. I'm not saying I'm a fan of tap water, but even a lot of the people that are getting bottled water, the bottled water comes from the community tap. A lot of people don't know that though. Yeah, I might jump on GTA for a little bit here, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. I have been to other towns in Iowa. I'll tell you what, the one town was like the water treatment center and the sewage plant was like the same place or something. Their water was so hard, I could not drink it. But a lot of people had like these big water filters everywhere you went. They had like water filters in their house, so all the water pumped through that before it came in the house. And then you add like the big salt blocks or whatever to it. So yeah, I mean, the water here, I mean, this is what I always tell people about tap water is usually you have pretty strong senses unless you're really unhealthy. But I mean, I'll run my tap water in a clear glass. Like I run this tap water in a jar. Our tap water is really clear here. It's always been. But I've been to other places in Iowa where like you can see the junk in the water. So what I always tell people is like get a clear glass and just let it sit out. I mean, I don't see anything in there, but usually what I do is get a clear glass wherever I'm at, let that sit out. That kind of lets you know. But there's a lot of places you can see the junk in the water. Yeah, I don't know how other, like, the water that runs to people's refrigerators, the water that runs to your shower, the water that runs to your dishwasher, I don't know how they separate that. Hey, Tech, how's it going, man? I know the feeling, bro. I'm doing all right, dude. I got some rest. I'm feeling okay. Might have to jump back on this GTA here in a little bit. Sick With It Records. Wasn't there a thing called Sick With It Records? Good Lord. Bay Area. Yeah. Wow. Be legit. Damn. That's the name I haven't heard in a long time. I'll tell you guys a good story. I have a friend I went to junior college with. He went to UNLV, so he lives in Las Vegas. He graduated from UNLV. Gets a good job out there, and by one stroke of luck, he basically runs into Flavor Flav and like his crew. Flavor Flav meets him, likes him, and invites him to some of these events. Well, make a long story short, they become friends. So he becomes friends with Flavor Flav, and he meets Chuck D, Public Enemy. Like, you know, he's met this group, and he goes to all their events in Vegas. Well, Flavor Flav gets in trouble because I guess he had a 4th of July at his house and basically damn near burned down the whole neighborhood. Like, he just lined up the street with fireworks, and I guess it was something crazy, like $25,000 worth of fireworks, and he lit them all off at once and almost burned the whole neighborhood down. So Flavor Flav gets probation, but he has to have a different house than his own house to do the probation in. So Flavor Flav lived with my friend for 6 months under house arrest. And my friend said it was the craziest times he's ever had in his life. Afro, man. Yeah, he said every single morning they would wake up in the morning, and he goes, throughout the whole house, he goes, when Flavor Flav wakes up, he goes, the first thing you hear is, Flavor Flav, every single morning. He said he did it every morning like he was a rooster or something. It was only a few years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I'm sure you could look it up because he did get in trouble for, like I said, shooting all those fireworks off. Hip hop rap. I think the music that I grew up on, there's differences between like mainstream, and there's a lot of great rappers out there. But I really grew up on Too Short. Like Too Short was one of the main dudes. There's so many rappers that people never even heard of that were great. But Too Short was like one of my main guys. Like whenever a Too Short album came out, I was all over that. Trying to think. There were just these amazing tracks, and at the time they were amazing. So yeah, everybody's list I think is going to be different. You guys might not. I don't know if you guys know this one, but I was a big fan of Spice One. Like Spice One I thought was like awesome. And his rhymes and stuff were really basic, but like it was the beats and stuff like that. Like I thought Spice One was like the jam, bro, back in the day. But Spice One wasn't really popular. He wasn't mainstream. $187 proof, yeah. Obviously, E40. E40 was somebody I grew up on. And E40 wasn't mainstream until way late, like way late in the game. I think they tried to make E40 mainstream. I'm trying to think who else. I'm trying to think of the time period where rap kind of took a turn, and I'm trying to think of this one group that I used to listen to. Do you guys remember like this is how you know I'm gonna age myself right here. Do you guys remember Daz Effects? Do you guys remember They Want Effects? It was like it was the jam back then. But that stuff was not mainstream. Like you didn't hear that stuff on the radio. Yeah, Mobb Deep. I wasn't a big Mobb Deep fan, but I knew him. I was a big fan of Pac, but Pac was also mainstream. I like Mos Def. I'm not the biggest fan of Kanye West. I used to like Jay-Z I was in and out on Jay-Z. Yeah, Daz Effects was like, in our neighborhood, Daz Effects was a jam, but I'm telling you, that's music. I was in 7th grade when we listened to that. The one I do remember that I'll never ever forget was Uncle Luke, and I'm trying to think of the actual group name, but it's when they came out with, they were trying to ban their music. God, I gotta look at it. But me and my buddy got in trouble because we were listening to this music and his mom freaked out on us. Two Live Crew. Two Live Crew got my boy grounded for like 2 weeks. Yeah, I listened to Insane Clown Posse, but I was just not with it. And the Insane Clown Posse had like a wave. They were like real popular, then they dropped, and they got popular again. They dropped. Yeah, I liked Biggie, but Biggie was mainstream. You heard Biggie everywhere. Yeah, Two Live Crew, man. That got my buddy grounded for 2 weeks. His mom freaked the hell out. She was like, "Where did you get this music? And who's putting this in your ear?" And blah blah blah. She freaked out. Yeah, Far Side was She Keeps Passing Me By. I remember that song. Yeah, there were so many classics, honestly, there was a couple females too, like I really liked Lauryn Hill, when the Fugees came out, Lauryn Hill, Erica Badu. I mean, there's a lot of good music out there. Diplomats, like, get on the game. But I'm trying to think who else I liked. There was so much music. Have you guys ever heard of Gangster Nip? Did you guys ever know? Gangster Nip was kind of like, he was like a graphic, like horror rapper. Tech Nine was all right. Brother Lynch was all right. I'll tell you what my real jam was when I was in junior college. Like, it was like basically our whole football team. Master P. I'm telling you, when Master P hit, C Murder, Silk the Shocker, like, he had so many rappers. Master P hit hard. Yeah. Wow. No Limit, Cash Money Records. Cash Money was Birdman and Lil Wayne and them guys. I will say, I think both of those groups were great, but Master P just was better. Like, they had so many rappers on that label. Master P, No Limit. Man, they had so many rappers. I mean, you would go to the store. This is when you used to go buy CDs. The whole rack would be Master P people. The whole damn rack. Everybody's from the Bay Area. That's so funny, dude. But that's why I like Spice One. Spice One would rap about the Bay Area. Did you guys listen to Spice One at all? East Bay Gangster, boy, that was the best. I'm telling you, I really liked the Spice one. He had like really basic lyrics and basic beats, but it was put together really well. Strapped on my side. Me and my friend, after listening to Spice One, after a while, we were like, "How can you get 10 years for a cake? That doesn't make any sense." I was puzzled for a while. I was like, "What? How is a guy getting 10 years for a cake? Like, how does that?" We were so lost. It's all good, man. I mean, I'm gonna be here, you know. Yeah, dude, we were so lost on that. We were like, "Gosh, how's a guy get 10 years for a cake? Like, what kind of cake is it? Like, what is he talking about?" But we were so young, you know. I think I was in like eighth grade or something. Yeah, Bay Area. Somebody said E40 was like a real Bay Area gangster. Like, I guess he runs the whole town. Yeah, man. I liked Easy E as well. I liked Too Short more than I liked Easy E, but I memorized a lot of Easy E songs. Obviously, I think one of my favorite songs ever was Dr. Dre, G Thing. I mean, there were just so many songs, you know, and there's so many moments that those songs bring up. Hillside Vallejo, Vallejo County. How's it going, guys? I mean, I've heard about MC Hammer being like real gangster, but MC Hammer got his start with I believe MC Hammer got his start with Christian rap. I think that's how he got his beginning. Turf talks. Yeah, there was just so much music. I was really fortunate in high school. I had a friend who was kind of ahead of his time. Like, he listened to everything, man. He listened to Prince. He listened to rock. We listened to a lot of alternative music, Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Soundgarden. A lot of these kids, they listen to like more like alternative, but I grew up like in the hood kind of thing, and I listened to a lot of rap. And then when I went to high school, it was more like alternative music. But my buddy, he was ahead of his time. He listened to everything. I mean, he listened to P Funk. We'd be riding around listening to P Funk. Everything, anything that was like classics. We listened to He would listen to Frank Sinatra. He listened to everything. And I mean, he was one of the first guys. I remember he had like a 12 disc CD changer in the back of his car, and we thought that was the coolest thing ever. Yeah, man, we listened to Green Day. That was like my high school years. All right, Paulie, I'm just hanging out here for a minute. If any of you guys want to transfer over, I think I'm gonna fire up the GTA for a little bit until my stomach settles. Get some things done. More scratch than the rest of the pushers, 'cause I got a Tech 9 in the bushes. That was the best line ever. All right, see you guys later. I'll shut this off here in a second. Oh, the other car. Jeez. What's that going on here? Good Lord. How's it going? What are you up to? I have the hiccups. Oh. Oh boy. I mean, I can lower my voice, I guess. I don't know what it sounds like on the other side. I guess I'm just speaking in my regular tone so people can hear me. Is it too loud? Do you think I talk too loud? I guess nobody's ever said anything about it. Yes, what? Um, I'm just gonna run around a little bit. I'm not really playing, so to speak. I'm just kind of letting my stomach settle. I'm gonna sit here for a minute. Yeah, it's up to you, man. I had 3 raw eggs, white rice, and a little bit of peanut butter. I'm really sore. I'm really sore from riding my bike. I did some exercises the other night that really put me away. I am streaming now. It's kind of bright, but I had to turn out the lights. I turn this one down. It's a little bit better. Hey, that's one way to get in the country, right? Yeah, I don't know anything about joining armies. I only looked into it a few times. Yeah, I'm kind of struggling myself, but I'm hearing this a lot. And another thing is, I've been watching these videos about the comparisons between the people maybe that grew up in the 60s and 70s and the jobs they were getting and um, basically cost of living. What? So yeah, they were talking about like cost of living and how people basically in the 60s and 70s could basically work a minimal job and live a good life, where now it's just not even that possible. Where like one whole paycheck goes to your rent, one whole paycheck goes to your vehicle, and you really don't have money to live on anything, or you don't have money to live and basically enjoy your life. Hell, bro. I just want to drive the monster truck. There it is. Yeah, we talked about it, man. There's a lot of people that want to jump over. I've had some offers, but it's like it's ridiculous. Like it's not. It's the money isn't even livable. Like it doesn't even make sense that they would even offer you that, knowing you can't even live on it. Like you can't live on the money they're offering. Like you can't make a car payment and pay rent on what they're paying, and then not only that, you would not be able to eat. It's, it doesn't make sense. Really, some of these are commission jobs, but some financial places. I got a few different things I got to look at, but um, there's a job at the bank, and I'm kind of thinking like what they were offering at the bank. I was like, no one can live on that. You can't live on that money unless you absolutely live at work. You would have to work basically 12 hours a day, 6 or 7 days a week to make the money to just survive. Yeah, construction does pay good, but I also think that there's a trade-off there as well. I mean, a lot of these construction workers, man, they're working themselves to death out there. Or, you're on the highways and we did have a bridge. There was a bridge being built here and people can make good money there, but a lot of it was like you're high up over the water. Yeah, I mean, so they do have what they call like hazard pay. So some of these guys were getting hazard pay, which was really cool. Like they were getting, double and triple the pay. Yeah, I mean, but there's a lot of guys, they're taking the chance. They're doing it. But listen, guys, I'm gonna shut this YouTube live down, and I'm already streaming on uh, YouTube. I'm streaming my game on YouTube. So if you guys want to jump over to the game, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know exactly what construction workers make, but some do really well with the hazard pay. I know that. All right, guys, I'm going to shut this off and I'm going to jump on this game for about 10, 15 minutes here. All right. If you want, you guys can get on with me, or Bird, if you want to jump on with me, that's fine.